Denver is on the line. Heather's calling. Hi, Heather. How are you?
Fine. Thanks, Dave, for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Well, my situation is I am 48 years old. When I was 45 and my wonderful husband was also 45, he passed away from cancer. And we were together, married for 23 years, and had a really great, strong marriage. And one thing we always did is we were always living below our means. We saved well. We paid cash for a lot of things. And because of that, and because we were smart enough to make sure we had life insurance, I'm able to stay home, continue to stay home with my children, and kind of take the time to get back into the workforce. Mm-hmm. I have been lucky enough, 3 years later, to find a second love, and it's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And we're fairly serious, mm-hmm. but I am kind of concerned, and this is where my question comes in, because I do have quite a few assets, and he comes to this situation with actually a very good income, and I really don't have one. I'm kind of curious about what you think about a prenuptial agreement.
How much in assets do you have?
I have about $3.8 million.
Yes, you need a prenup.
So you don't see it as, I just feel like...
Well, the only time I dislike prenups, and I generally tell people not to do prenups. And for years, I told them to never do them, because I always said, if you love your money more than you love somebody else, then don't marry them. You're not ready for marriage. Okay? But here's the problem I've run into, because I started working with a lot of very wealthy people, and you're a very wealthy person. And your potential fiance or fiance is not. Mm-hmm. And the problem is not you two. The problem is that numbers of this size invite crazy into your life in one way or another. And I don't know which door it's going to use, so I don't know which door to tell you to lock.
So what do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if it's his mother. I don't know if it's his kid. I don't know if it's his first cousin. I don't know if it's one of your kids. But somebody goes off the ranch and starts affecting this whole situation all of a sudden, and then the legacy that was your first marriage is destroyed because you didn't have this in place. And I don't really suspect either one of you, the two people involved. You're not usually the problem. But it's somebody one ring out that goes into crazy mode or is already in crazy mode and it just hasn't been exposed yet. And I see it with athletes. I see it with artists. And that's where I start running into it. Now, you guys are pretty functional people. Obviously, there's not a lot of toxicity around you or in this situation. You're stable, people with high values and those kinds of things, which causes you to be disturbed by even asking the question. Those are wonderful indicators that crazy's probably not that close to you. But it can be. And there's just too much on the line here. And so what I would want to do is just take that off the table. Now, what you could do is choose, and I would not make it a part of the prenup, but I would choose to say, we might rewrite this thing every so many years and move portions of it out to where, let's say you're married 30 more years. Okay? Then maybe at that point, it's all ours.
Sure.
Because we built a life together. But for the first 5 years, no.
Okay. How do you broach that? We've talked a lot about finances. We're both very clear in what we both, are debt-free and we have a lot of the same values. So how do you approach that? So, like the way you said, it's not you I'm concerned about. It's all the people around that could cause our relationship to
and there's
trouble.
There's too much imbalance. We're not bringing equal amounts to the table. And the only reason I do it is because you're in an extreme situation. I don't suggest a prenup except in extreme situations, and this is an extreme situation. And I would say I want to do it to protect our relationship so that there's never any hint that this money is a problem. It's just not in the discussion. It's not a problem. And so we've got enough other things to deal with. Hey, thanks for the call.